Hey, you know what's better than getting a 4-year communication degree? Actually, understanding the 4 pillars of achieving behavioral change. And no, you don't have to dive into a sea of student debt to understand these. So let's get into it, shall we? Remember that video where I delved into the psychology of behavioral change? Yeah, that one. If you haven't watched it, go now. I'll wait. Okay, just kidding. You can watch it later. The link will be in the description. But the idea was that if you want to make people do something differently to what they have done before, you must first deconstruct their entire structure of belief. And to do that, you need to deliver a new experience with a fresh new dose of emotion. Well, buckle up, because in this video, I will share with you the 4 steps to making that happen. And each one is just as important as the last. It's like dominoes in a line. If you miss one, you can't knock down the rest. Step number 1, reach your audience. Imagine this. You've got an incredible message to share with the world. It's powerful, it's life-changing. It could transform countless of lives. But wait, hold up. You might have the best content in the universe, but if the right people don't see it, then you're not moving any needles. And you can pretty much wave that communicate word goodbye. You've got to be where your audience is, and that means putting your message on the right social channels and promoting it in the right way. I'm talking Facebook and Google ads, print and out-of-home advertisement, social media influencers, advocacy groups, live events. The goal is to make sure that your content is seen by the right people and as many of them as possible. You'll be surprised how many people jump to the end, make their content, but then forget about how to get it out there. Here we have step number 2. You have to grab their attention. Okay, now you're in front of your audience. You need to make sure that they don't just scroll past you like it's no big deal. Your content needs to be eye-catchy, like a unicorn in a sea of donkeys or something equally magical. This means having killer branding and visual appeal. I'm talking cool illustration, beautifully expressive character design, stylish layout, captivating cinematography, or thumb-stopping motion design. You also need a hook that's so irresistible it grabs their attention within the first 5 to 10 seconds so they can keep watching your video to the end. Like a neon zebra. We live in a world of memes and short attention spans. Ain't nobody got time for what we have to say, unless we pique their curiosity. Step number 3, this is where you deliver your experience. So, you got their attention. Yay, good job. Now comes the tricky part, keeping it. You need to deliver the experience that they won't forget, like a roller coaster ride that leaves them breathless and wanting more. How could you do that? Well, it starts with a good story that resonates with your audience. It has to be simple. It has to be relatable. Concrete examples and metaphors are your trusty sidekicks here. You have to communicate in a way that people will understand. And don't forget to sprinkle in the secret sauce: emotion. If you get them to feel something, your message will become more memorable. Lastly, create ways to maintain their curiosity so they stick around till the very end, because that is where the last and critical part lives. You have to get them to do something. You want people to act, to do something with the wisdom that you bestowed upon them, whether it's speaking to their doctor, visiting your website, or making a long-term lifestyle change. Here you need to unleash the power of influence. Think about creating scarcity, getting people to be consistent with their own values, add a little bit of peer pressure, and leverage the power of reciprocity. But be clear about what you want them to do next. And hey, having the right technology to make taking action easier doesn't hurt either. Remember, these pillars are like a staircase. You've got to climb them one by one. No shortcuts allowed. Even if you have the most heartwarming story, you'll never change behavior if you can't reach your audience or grab their attention. And if your content isn't visually appealing or unique, forget about holding their attention or inspiring action. So, there you have it. The 4 pillars of achieving behavioral change in the healthcare industry. I promise you, they're like magic keys that unlock the door to making a real impact. But hold on, we're not done quite yet. In my next video, I'll take a deeper dive into each one of these pillars, sharing my personal experiences and giving you some nifty tricks of the trade. Until then, drop a comment below with your thoughts and questions that you have. Let's make this a conversation and learn from each other. Let's make a difference. Let's make it better. And I'll see you soon.